Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Fogel, and today I'm going to tell you a little story about how I traded my 2015 WRX for a 1995 Nissan. So let's get right into it and I'll show you what we got here. Alright, so here we are. What we have here is a 1995 240SX S14. This car is kooky in the front. I bought this car, well, I didn't buy it, I traded it in January for the Subaru. I saw this kid on Facebook was selling this car, and I've always wanted to have one of these. So I messaged him and asked him, hey, I see you're looking for trades, I have a Subaru, do you want it? And he was like, yeah, sure man, I'm just kind of looking for a daily anyway. I drive this car about an hour to work, and I don't really want to do that anymore. So we met at like a Kroger parking lot. He was from Atlanta, Georgia, and we met halfway in Louisville, Kentucky, I'm pretty sure. We both brought our titles. He brought his, I brought mine. We met in the parking lot and we traded cars right there on the spot. So initially I was really skeptical. I was really nervous and really scared. And I've always wanted one of these, but it was just terrifying to me to trade a newer car for an older car. So I was having a really hard time like walking around this thing, seeing its imperfections, and in my head I was like, okay, you know, is this right? Is this a good deal? Should I do this? Should I not do this? So at first my, initial thing, I'm walking around, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. It probably took me like a good hour to like make a decision. I called a couple friends. I said, hey, this is what it is. This is what it looks like. We FaceTimed, and I was scared. I won't lie. I was like, oh man, I drove all the way down there. I don't want to come back empty-handed, but I also don't want to make a bad decision either. You know what I mean? So I checked the typical 240 spots, strut towers, frame rails. I checked the quarter panel, make sure there was no Bondo. Everything checked out. But I don't know. I was just like, in the moment, you're like, yes, I've always wanted one of these, and then like when you can have one and you're not sure completely, it's a little nerve-wracking, for sure. So like I said, I got it in January. I've had it since then until today, making this video, and I am absolutely 100% satisfied with that decision, and I have absolutely no regrets on getting rid of that car for this car. So now that all of that has been said, I will walk around and show you what I have, and I will show you the good, the bad, and some overall thoughts that I've had while owning this thing. So this car came with 326 wheels on it. I've since then put these Amistad charms on it. I've gotten the windshield tinted, and I've done some interior stuff. So as you see it is how I pretty much got it. I haven't really done much to it. But these are some of the things I was kind of worried about when I was in that parking lot looking at it. Just like little things, and it's a 25-year-old plus car. It's a 95, so it has its flaws, but in my head I wasn't really, worried about them. I was kind of worried, but I had to remember that like this car's old and I was giving him a new car. So anyway, what I was looking at was like, it must have had a higher side skirt on it at one point, because I think there's a bigger kit. I think it's called like Navan or Navan or something like that. Well, the side skirt comes up to here, and then it goes down and under, and it does the same back here as well. You can see like the dirt line. So somebody before must have had a bigger kit on it. So I saw that first. Then the old owner had a roof rack on this car. So there are these 4 squares here where like the claws on the roof rack would go across, and this is how you mount it. So far only cosmetic things that I was, not a fan of at the time. This bumper's not perfect. I got some cracks in here, some gaps, stuff like that. 25-year-old car, you'll have that. Just such small stuff that I was like, oh, I don't know. And as you're walking around, you see this, and you see this and you see this, and you're all like, oh, I don't know if I really want to get rid of a nice new car for, you know, an old car. It was really hard, for sure. But on the plus sides is it's very clean. It's a southern car. It's from Atlanta, Georgia. The kid was really nice. The more I dug into it after I got it home on Instagram, I checked him out, and then I found a previous owner before him, and then I found the previous owner before that person. So I started looking through all of it. Everyone seemed to have treated this car really nice, and you know, it was owned by somebody who has a lot of 240s. So it was nice to see that it was pretty much well taken care of. So I found the original, the very first like car guy owner. This car, he said he bought it at a dealership from an older lady. When he got it from that older lady. It was a Zenki car originally, and he put all the work into switching it over to a Kooky car. It has the Kooky headlights, the front, the hood, the bumper, the fenders, all of it. It's all OEM except for that corner light right there. Everything is OEM. It was, like I said, it was a Zenki car, so he got the wing, got the side skirts, the front end, all of it has been changed. So for me, that was a huge plus. I'm not a fan of Zenkis. I love the aggressive lines of the Kooky front end. So on the plus side, having a Kooky front end was awesome. So that was a huge plus. A lot of the suspension work had already been done. It's already on coilovers. All the rear arms are done. The front arms are done. It has a bunch of work, like suspension-wise, to it. So that was a huge plus for me. And I know a lot of people will give me a bunch of shit for being like, oh, you bought this car the way it is, and you know, you didn't build it, you bought it. And I was like, well, that's true, but like I built that Subaru from completely stock car, and we straight traded for this. So I feel like the work I did on that car is justified by having a car that's already in like a very similar state. So I mean, everyone online will say that, but I know I put in work on that other car, so to get one that's already has some stuff done to it, I don't really mind. And at the end of the day, it looks cool already, so it doesn't really matter either way. Some other cool things that I was a plus about was they had already done the Z32 front brakes, so that's cool. I wanted to do that anyway, so that's already been done for me, which is very nice. Another cool thing is there's these burnt tip quad exhaust, or dual exhaust, sorry. They look really nice. I like them a lot. They have this cool burnt like blue finish to them, which I didn't know until I just cleaned them the other day, that they are actually blue. I thought they were just black this whole time. Another huge plus is that the rear taillights have been changed to Kooky as well. So that's nice. The wing is OEM and Kooky as well. So two huge pluses back there that I really enjoy. So overall, with all of that, the car looks awesome. It's very clean underneath. I have no regrets now that I have it. The only thing that I have done currently so far is that these headlights I have replaced. When I got them, these like chrome parts were all faded. They were original, so these had faded to like a black color, and they just didn't exist anymore. So I got these brand new glass OEM Kooky. They are from Nissan. I got them from a kid off of Facebook. So I got them at a really good price. So that's what I've done so far. I have replaced that one corner light to the OEM corner. I still have yet to find this one and get one, so I will do that. But other than that, everything is pretty much how I got it. Got the windshield tinted to chrome recently down in Gatlinburg by Luminous Tints. It looks awesome. The S15 badge came on it, which was pretty cool. I like that. The only bummer is that there's a couple imperfections, but it's all good. You know, it's just it's whatever. Comes with the age, so I don't mind. I mean, you can see them pretty well, but the tint's really cool, so it's no biggie. Another huge plus for me was that he had just resealed this windshield. He resealed this sunroof. He did not use an OEM seal, which is fine, but he did use this universal one, and it looks really nice, and it has no water leaks at all. This does not leak. Nothing on this car leaks. The sunroof doesn't leak. The windshield doesn't leak. The windows don't leak. Nothing leaks. So it's a huge plus for me, and I was really thankful that all that stuff had been done. Another really cool thing that I was saying about the OG owner, not the old lady, but the kid right after her, was he had put gold flake in clear and put it over this red, and it looks so sick. I get a lot of compliments and people coming up to me being like, wow, does your car have gold flake in it? And I'm like, yep, yes it does. So that's really cool. I really like it. So the one major thing that I did do was I bought these brand new wheels. I found them off of a wheel guy on Facebook. He specializes in like JDM wheels and stuff. So I got these Amistad Charms is what they're called, and they are actually the original Blitz 03s. So Blitz 03s are actually reps of this wheel here. I don't care either way, but that's just what I found since owning them, and you can see some similarities. They're not completely the same, but they're very similar. But the Amistads are cooler in my opinion because the lug nuts make like a flower shape. So I really like that. Another really cool thing about these wheels is that the inside of the spokes are like this blue color. They're like, they come like that. This is a special color called burning blue, and the windows are this blue color, and I thought that was really cool. I've never seen a wheel like that, so I bought them because they were also really neat looking in the way they're finished. So that OG owner I was telling you about was running 10.5s up here. So these fenders are pulled like a ridiculous amount. They are so wide, you know, you can kind of see how it like, I don't know, like curves inward right here because they've been pulled and rolled so freaking far. This is kind of like a better angle. It like jets out real far right here. But anyway, so to fit those 10.5s, I had to get a spacer to run with these. So I think that's a 15 mil, and these are plus 12. So these are 9.5 plus 12s with that 15 mil on there, and they fit really well. I mean, can't complain. The fitment's pretty good. This back fitment's even better. These are original quarter panels, so they've only been rolled, nothing more. And these are 10 plus 0 with like, I think 6 degrees of camber, 4 degrees, something like that. But it fits great. The tire actually does sit on this quarter panel, but it doesn't actually touch. So I figured it out perfectly to make that fit real good. And these are two 25/40s in 18s, and the fronts are two 15/35 on a 9.5. So I think this fits wonderfully. Like I said, fitment's really good on this car. It looks great up here, and it looks even good back there from quite a distance away. So can't complain. I really like it a lot. So for now, my favorite part of the car, the inside. It is mint. Everything in here is awesome except for the radio surround. They put fans in there, but most of them crack anyway, so it's whatever. But the dash is 100% good to go. No cracks. The speedometer screen, no cracks there. I know a lot of people's screens crack, so that's good. This car actually has 325,000 miles on it, which is awesome. It is not an original motor, but that is how many is on the body, and that's just insane and awesome to me. Hopefully we can hit 1 million with that. That'd be sweet. So at car shows all the time, people always say, "Oh, I love your floor mats." I had these laying around from the Subaru, so I figured I'd let it live on by putting them in here. They're also black and red, which matches really well, so thought that was cool. This car came with a Nardi wheel. I've since then got a So Scare wheel. I thought this was really cool and saw it on Instagram, so I snagged one of those. The only real imperfection is this little line right here, where your, like, I don't know, door panel. I would assume you rest your arm here while you're driving, but it's not very big, so I've just kind of gotten used to it. The only indication that gives you that this car was a Zenki car is the seats are still Zenki seats. So you have the Zenki seats front and rear. So that would be your only indication that you would know, like, oh, maybe this was a Zenki, is the seats itself. Something really cool is that I got the floor mats with the car. They are in really nice shape. A little dirty, but nothing crazy. Got this one. You can't really tell, but that one's on that side too. I don't have the rear ones. I don't know if they made rear ones. They probably did. But I have the front ones, so it's good enough for me. So this is the only, like, imperfection of this car, is the radio trim surround. Because, like, I don't know where else you'd put, you know, fans, but this one put them here. I've always seen that this thing cracks anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. And they work. Like, this one's for the left side radiator fan. That one's for the, or that's for the left, this for the right. Sorry. But they work good. The AC does not work, but the heat works. All the buttons work. Everything works up here. The radio does work. All the door speakers work. Front and rear. I even have a 12-inch sub in it, so this car sounds good, looks good. We did install a cup holder. Very nice. They do not come with any at all. So this is a shirt tucked in, I think is what it's called, cup holder. So we have one cup holder in the whole car. It does have power mirrors, which do work, power windows, which also do work, and locks, which I guess do not work. I think they work over here though. Yeah. So we got power locks on half the car. Nice. Another cool thing is all the wiring in this car works. Like, the cigarette lighter even works. I charge my phone with it all the time. So this thing works. All the gauges work. Hot, cold, like speed, RPM, and gas. They all work, which is nice. The only thing that doesn't work is the cruise control. Obviously, because the steering wheel has no buttons on it. So that's the only thing that doesn't work. This car even had fog lights at one point. I don't have them now, but I did hook up a light bar in the front to run off of this, because this car is kind of hard to see out of. So I did hook up a light bar to that for extra light. And then, as some of you have seen on this channel before, I did a Starlight. This was the car that we did it in. So this is that controller that I was explaining in that kit, if you've ever seen that video. If not, go ahead and check it out. But you just turn this on, and then you have, let's pick just white for now. And then you have stars in your ceiling. Very cool, very cool, very cool. One of my favorite things about this car. So this I have done since owning it. So that video that you see is this car. Like I said, everything works, so you know, all the lights work, everything works. Sunroof flips open, and it even goes back. Mint. And it comes back forward without getting stuck. Sick. The windows work too, like I said. No issues there. So under the hood, this is where you will all be like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. You traded a new car for this? So here we have a dual cam KA. Honestly, this thing runs super well. I haven't had any problems with it at all. It runs great. It was refreshed when I got it. It had a new gasket kit, new head gasket. It has ISR headers on it. It has ISR radiator on it. It's got upgraded fans. It's got a bunch of stuff done. Yeah, it runs awesome. Car even has power steering. Everything about it runs really well. I've had no problems with it so far. It runs great. It goes to show like how clean this car is. Like this strut tower is like mint. No rust. I haven't found any anywhere yet. Everything looks really good. Pinch welds are okay, I guess, for a 240. I've owned a couple, so this one's not the best, but it's not the worst. But the frame rail is very straight. I kind of beat it up a little bit in Gatlinburg over some of the hills, but very straight, very clean. No problems at all. I didn't see anything that was worth like, oh my god, I should definitely not get this thing. The trunk latch pulley thing in the car does not work. So that's like the only downfall, but I actually kind of like this better because you need a second key to get back here. So it's like extra security. So back here we have all the necessities of owning an old car. It has a P2M checkered floor mat thing. So I might even get the front ones that are the same because they make the same checkered for up front. We got our like brake fluid, extra oil, you know, stuff that old cars might need. We got our cleaning kit. We got that 12-inch sub that I said that I installed. Got our amp back there, and we got coolant and 2 oils right here. Just because we keep that on deck, just in case you need it. Best part about owning a Subaru was to get you ready for owning this car, which also needs oil every once in a while, like Subarus do. So yeah, we have a nice trunk back here. We have a nice piece of plywood to keep a nice sturdy base here. It does not have a spare tire, so no need to go down there for any reasons. But it is super clean, in case you ever needed to like sell this thing or whatever. The underbelly is very clean. And a cool plus that I have figured out was this car had a trailer hitch at one point. Here's our receiver for trailer lights. The one dude did pull his ATV with this car, so that's kind of cool. The hitch is not still there, but it was right behind the license plate. Yeah, so that is the story about how I traded a 2015 bagged Subaru WRX for a 1995 S14 Nissan 240. I have no regrets now. I did at the time, just looking at it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, like I said, but I love this thing now. I love it so much because there's so many Subarus out there. Not that I really care, but I really like standing out in this thing. It's very unique. You know, you roll up to a car show and everyone's like, oh my god, this thing's so sick. And they're right, it is. I've always wanted one. This thing's awesome. I love every second of it. I can't wait to do more stuff to it in the future. It's just so much fun. It's a blast to drive. You know, you just cruise low and slow in something sick like this, and man, I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. So once again, no regrets. I'd like to start using this channel more, so that's why I made this video. I actually have a second car that I just bought last month that I'd like to start making more videos with. And if you stayed this long, I'll give you a little sneak peek. So yeah, that's what we got going on with this channel. So hopefully I can make some more videos. So if you've stuck around this far and you want to see what's going on with this car in the future and that car in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Like if you like this car. I know I do. I guess that's all that really matters. But if anyone has any questions or if they want to trade, you know, for their car that they have for an old car and you want to know any more, you know, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just hit me up on Instagram. It's Fogel3. I know JZX is a real popular car right now, the 100s and 90s. So if you are thinking about getting rid of your car for one of these, or like a Gloria or a SEMA or something, just let me know. I can be as helpful as I can. So I'll just cut this here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like it. I know I do. So we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.